Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video. 67 Shelby GT350. This one's obviously a reproduction, but a reproduction done pretty well. We're going to walk around the car a little bit, see some of the obvious things, and then I'll tell you a couple of things that I've learned about it as we built this car. Comes with a nice stack of receipts with it, and virtually everything on the car has either been replaced, replated, or refurbished. And also too, if we get a chance, I'd like to look underneath because it's been painted underneath, and typically you don't see Mustangs painted underneath, especially since they didn't come to the factory that way. All right, let's move on to the paint, because the paint for me is where I like to start, because I like you to see what you're getting. You know, when we talk about the paint quality, and you guys are looking at these cars online, you need to make sure that what you're getting is really what you're getting. So you need to make sure that the camera, the guy can see what kind of camera he's using. What does this jacket look like? Can you see the leaves on the tree clearly? Come on up here for a second and check this out. You can read that word for word on there. And I like you to look down the side too, because down the side, this car has great lines, great bodywork. It's not full of mud and things like that. Come on in here for a second. Look at all the new components inside the wheel well. Justin, come around here if you could. Look inside the wheel well there. Look at that. Everything's anodized, replated, redone. I love these rims. It's rare to see a Hallobrand style or Cobra style wheel done in chrome, and I think it looks really good on here, especially with the spinners. I love the red calipers, 45 series tires, 17-inch rims, and they're Z-rated, and they really have a lot of meat on them. You can clearly see. Look at that. And that's just the front end. Keep in mind, the original Mustang tire was half that size. They're low profile, and they really, really run. So, all right, let's do this. We've looked at the sides of the car, and I love the scoops, the grille, the stance of the car, the stripes, the wheels and tires, the new chrome, the new stainless, all those great things. But under the hood is where this car shines even more. So, if you were trying to build this car today, you couldn't build it for anywhere close to what you can buy it for. And I'll show you why. First off, the body and paint to do the underneath of the car, and the top of the car would be around $10,000 because you'd have to do it on a rotisserie. This car was done on a rotisserie. All right, let's take a peek in here. Not only is it beautifully detailed, it has a lot of quality component. This car started out with a 331 stroker V8, came with a dyno sheet. You get the dyno sheet at 434 horsepower. That's a lot of power. It's almost 100 horsepower more than the powerful cars of those times. But come on up in here and you'll see a couple things that are really nice, for instance, aluminum heads are in here. This is a really nice addition, air conditioning. It's very rare that, first off, you'd see any of these cars with factory air conditioning because they were muscle cars. People didn't want to add the weight, the complexity, and things like that. But as we get a little bit older, to add some modern air conditioning, and with that modern air conditioning, believe it or not, comes modern heat, which is actually very nice. Nice size radiator, dual horns, overflow tank. It's the stuff that you're missing that if you were to build this car, you'd see all the things that go into this. And then when you get this car, that's what you're getting. You're getting a car that's had the gauges all working and they're all new. The horns work, the turn signals work, the brake lights work. All that stuff is working, and it's really very nice because all you have to do is put a key in it and take it for a drive. Power disc brakes, MSD unit, overflow bottle in billet, battery topper, MSD blaster system, the Cobra valve cover and air cleaner dress-up package. Chrome export brakes, chrome Monte Carlo bar, export brakes all detailed. And this right here, a lot of power, a lot of power. You know what else too? The inside of this car, they didn't stop there. So we talked about the outside, painting the underneath, and doing all those things. A custom billet grille, hood pins, which I just love hood pins. I don't know why. Maybe I have a fetish with hood pins, but I just dig hood pins. Have cables if you want. I think they should put them on, but they weren't on the car. Let's take a peek in the trunk for a second. We'll get to the interior in a minute, but if you can see through the glass here, check this out. The back seat folds down, and when it folds down, it looks really cool. Matter of fact, I'm going to fold it down just to show you real quick. Check that out. Now it looks like a two-seater car, but if you got kids or going to take out another couple or something like that, you can throw some people in the back. Back end of this car, still one of the best looking styling treatments ever. The 3 taillights, you know right away that's a Mustang. Great sounding exhaust, it's polished, stainless. Trunk, check this out. It's got a great sound system in it, which we haven't talked about yet, but we're going to move into the interior in a minute. But like, here's the amp for it. The amp's fully adjustable. Look at this inside. All of this is painted. You didn't get this from the factory. And the one thing we didn't talk about on the stripes is you can barely feel them. You know why? Because they painted the car, then they striped it, then they went ahead and laid down clear paint over top of it, so you don't really feel the edges and you don't end up wearing the edges off the stripes later on. Cool gas cap. I love the scoops that you can see from the side while you're driving. They just look so crazy on there, but what a great styling treatment. Let's check out the inside for a minute. This is nice in here. We talked about the Pioneer sound system. Speakers there, speakers in the rear, amp, all of this digital here. Beautifully restored gauges, so you got everything that you need right there in front of you. You got the clock, speedometer, tachometer, fuel, water temperature, cool looking console with cup holders. I love that. This guy got rich Hurst because he did it the right way, man. This shifter is just easy to work and roll on down the road. Just a cool, cool car. Moto-Lita steering wheel in wood with the stainless and the Cobra steering right there. I even love these right here. Check out, that's for the heating and air conditioning. Came out nice. So you get a couple modifications in here, like a gazillion of them. And although it kind of looks a little bit stock, it's really, really very cool. Here's my good friend Ed Farrell, who's going to go ahead and fire this Mustang up for you. Maybe in his garage and not yours, but hopefully you find out. Listen to the way this thing sounds, man. It is bad. You know, part of the restoration of this car is the underside. The underside takes so much time because that's the side that gets abused. It gets the sweating of concrete every day, and that's the part that gets rusty first. And this is beautifully, beautifully done. Don't forget too, it's got a modified suspension. So this car not only handles well, it stops well with the big brakes. I usually like to close up the video and run down all the details on the car, but this car has so many things going on, from the brakes, to the suspension, to the air conditioning, to the stroker motor, to the stereo system, to the killer steering wheel, to the great looking wheels and tires. You know, this is going to be somewhere around an $80,000 restoration by the time you're all done everything. The price that you can buy it for right now is the only way to really buy these cars. If somebody's got the chance to restore it, they got to drive it a little bit, comes with receipts, comes with all that stuff, and they decide they want to get a Chevelle convertible this time instead, and that's kind of what people do here. They come and they drive a car for a year, improve it some, and then they take it for a drive back here to Flemings and get something else. Anyway, if you can find a way to get this car in your life, man, it is one awesome, awesome car. Call us 301-816-1000 and we'll tell you all about it.